Good morning, everyone. It's your host, Tushar, for broadcasting for the Tushar Show. It's 11:20 a.m. Indian Standard Time, Bangalore, India. Today's message is going to be about spreading your message. And you're going to be meeting your host, Tushar, shortly. Hey everyone, and welcome to this special episode. Every episode is special. I feel every episode is special if I'm speaking, and so is this one. This episode is about spreading your message, and you got introduced to me by my host. So this has become a real production house, and I have a MC who introduces me into the show, and I happen to be my own MC for now till I hire a new one. But we're working as a team, and we are working well. And let's get into today's podcast, and the topic is spreading your message. So I'm going to talk about why you have a message. I'm going to talk about your message, ways you can spread your message, why that's so critical for feeling fulfilled and satisfied in your day-to-day living, and some key concepts and ideas you could have in mind while you're spreading your message. So, getting to the first idea or topic, which is a message. Now, let's deconstruct and decode what a message is. It's some information that you pass on. And I believe that we've come on this planet to pass on an intrinsic message, an intrinsic code that we have to the next generation, to this universe, or to whoever is around you. It's like DNA. How DNA is information of our species. It's the core substance. It's the information that runs in our bodies, in our cells, and it's passed on through the generations, and that's how we are able to survive. In the same way, we are brought into this universe with a message to spread, and that's our intrinsic core inner message, which we need to bring out and share with the world. And that's how we grow, and that's how we pass through the generations. So, it's a very famous saying. I think I learned this in school, that neither our bodies nor our minds will stay to see the end of the world, but our messages will stay for a long, long time. So if you have nice, positive, good messages for the people around you, you have left a part of yourself in this world without physically being there. And thus, I believe strongly that we are born with a message of our own. And at every instance of life, we could be having a different message to pass on. But we are born with some message. Some people may be naturally cheerful and playful, and their message, without them knowing, could be to enjoy the small moments of life. Some people could be deep and philosophical, and their message could be to try and see the world in as many perspectives as possible, so you're not stuck in one cage of life, of seeing things in one way, analyzing it in a variety of ways. Someone who is an agriculturist could maybe spread the message of the importance of our connection to nature, and how nature keeps caring for us, and how nature provides for us, and how we should provide back, and how we should take care of nature too. So there is always a message with everyone, and you know your message. You may not feel that you know it, or you may not be clear about it, but the point is, there is a message deep within you, and you need to know that it is there. And even if you are not able to articulate it or speak it out or share it, you need to know that you have it. And in the right situation, circumstance, or with the right efforts put in to try to bring out the message, you will be able to recognize, you will be able to grasp, share, and spread the message that you have within you. And if you see the word message, the first two alphabets of it are ME. So you are a very critical part of your message. You're basically showing the world who you are. And that's why it's called a message, because it's me. And then it's a passage of me. So it's a passage through which you are passing, and it's sharing what is truly, deeply, uniquely you in this world of 7 point something billion people. That's you, and that message is yours. So when you share your message, you're sharing yourself. And the world needs to know who you are, because you've been brought onto this world for a purpose. And that's why you've been given a message. Now, let's say you have a message and you don't know what it is. How do you find it? And after you find it, how do you spread this message? And while you're spreading this message, what are the concepts you should keep in mind before you spread this message? So, let's tackle them one by one. You don't know your message. For that, I'd say, calm down. There's no hurry to find your message, because this message isn't going to run away from you. Like I told you, the first two alphabets of message, the spelling message, is ME. So that's always going to remain with you, even if you don't find it till your last second, or even if you don't find it ever. You're always going to have that message within you, and subconsciously you are spreading your message without you knowing it. But we are talking about how to get to know it. So one, we need to get rid of the fear of that we won't ever find this message, which isn't true, because this message is buried deep inside you. It's always going to remain with you, and you're always spreading it. You should know that. So, about how to find it, you need to start analyzing the activities you're doing in your day. You need to start analyzing the thoughts that are happening to you. Meditation could help you observe the thoughts that are happening. Meditation is a great tool. Maybe going for walks, doing activities that are slow, which keep you to yourself. Cooking, let's say cooking, having a bath during these times. If you're walking in the evening without stimuli, like even music could be distracting you from thinking. I'd say doing the activities in which you find yourself thinking to yourself. Now, like while walking, I don't listen to music so that I can be with my thoughts. But at the same time, it isn't wrong to listen to music. Maybe music can stimulate some thoughts for you. And while you observe those thoughts, you get to know, okay, I'm thinking about these things, so my message could be something like this. So you need to basically keep trying to observe yourself. Journaling is a really good idea. Learning new things and seeing how you grasp new things, helps you understand how you talk to yourself. That can help you find your message. Basically, finding your message is a lot about self-realization and trying to find out who you are, because you're already living yourself. Now you need to find out who is it that is living within you. And sometimes we aren't aware of the messages we are spreading, and this could be sometimes like when we're not in a good frame of mind, we may be spreading messages like I am not worthy or I am not enough, and we need to also question such messages if we are spreading such messages. But I'm talking about some messages which are uplifting. We all have those ones, and the messages which are for the betterment and for a positive change in humanity. Of course, we all have a variety of messages. Those are thoughts, but I'm talking about something profound, something deep, something very intrinsic, and that is very pure. I'm talking about such a message. I'm not talking about daily thoughts and daily motivation. So to find your real true message, maybe you need to dig a little deep to find out something like that. I guess even I may have not found it, but maybe my message, with all the understanding that I have of myself right now, is that I can get people to realize that they too can put in their best efforts and do something nice and raise awareness for positivity among humanity. I mean, that according to my awareness is the message I have as of now. And when I look deeper, I'll form a better understanding of what that message is. So it's all about being with your thoughts and understanding yourself. I hope I could give you a little insight into how I try to find my message and how you can start thinking about finding your message. And I also clarified that the messages are not daily thoughts. Like you have these daily bad moods and then every day your thoughts are changing. Your messages aren't like that. Your message is one constant thing which drives you to want to be better, to want to have a better state of mind, which wants you to feel more liberated. You feel bad or you feel in a bad phase or you don't feel your best because you are not congruent to your message. So that's also a good indicator. When you're not feeling good, there may be something off. You may not be on track with your message and something may be off there too. So I'm just giving you a lot of cues and hints because I can't tell you what it is, what it will be for you, so you find your message. I can just keep giving you a lot of hints and cues, and I hope you pick up on one of these and try them. Like I told you, journaling, I was doing that a lot. Maybe speaking to yourself, recording podcasts for other people and seeing the topics that come out. These could be part of your process to find your message. So that's your deep work. But now, as I continue with the podcast and help you spread whatever you are getting out, like you can't get your final message on the first day, but you have to try to keep spreading what you feel is your final message every day till you get a deeper understanding, and there may never be a final message, but you may just keep getting closer to it. So how do you spread whatever understanding you have of your message to the world every day? And why should you spread it? So I already answered why you should spread it. That's because it's a passage of you. It's a passage in which you are there. And if you need to grow in this world, you need to spread your message. It's that simple. Because there's nothing going to take you, there's no one who's going to take you forward in life except yourself. And the only way you can take yourself forward in life is by spreading that message that you've got deep within your heart and deep within your soul, in your gut. That's what's going to take you forward. When you spread it, when you're bold, when you take every opportunity to try and share with people that this is what I'm thinking and this is what I feel like doing and this is how I can contribute here and here and here, and I can save the planet in this way and that way, and I want to help these people do this because this is my message. This is my message. I want to spread positivity. This is my message. I'm going to do it by writing a newspaper. I'm going to do it by having a podcast. I'm going to do it by being cheerful around people, writing notes for people. I'm going to do it by affirming to myself that I am enough, and subconsciously silently wishing people that they are enough while I have a conversation with them. Now these are things that your message is going to push you to do. And here's why you need to spread it. Because when you sink in with your message, it's like you go with the speed of a bullet train. You don't have traffic. Like if you just align in with your message and you just surrender to it, saying that I'm going to serve you. I'm going to serve you. This message becomes your passage, and it just gives you free way to your goals and your dreams and whatever you want to achieve. And it isn't like you won't encounter roadblocks and obstacles, but the message itself will create these obstacles so that you find a solution, and the solution helps you in the future. It's profound and magical. So here's why you need to spread your message. It's because it's going to help you grow. And don't take me for my word. Go and try and do it. Do it. Spread your message and see for yourself. And see how it helps you spread. How it helps you grow. See it for yourself. I'd like to end this podcast at this note, because I'll record another podcast on how you should spread your message and what you should notice while you're spreading your message in another podcast. But with this podcast, I want to leave you on this note, that you've got this one life and you've been given this message. I don't know what it is. And you have 24 hours in a day, and you're given these days, certain amount of days. And these days are going to come and go. And every 24 hours you get a new opportunity to spread your message, to get to know it better, to understand it deeper, and to go ahead in your life. Everyday life is showing you 24 more hours of what it can be. And your dreams can come true if you spread your message. I want to leave you with that thought. Think of your dreams as a 4-year-old, as a 7-year-old, as a 9-year-old, as a 13-year-old. Those magical dreams in which everything was possible. And if you're like over the age of 15 or 18 by now, I mean, the world would have put a lot of sense into you and told you what's right, what's wrong, what's possible and what's not. But when you were born into this world, nobody could put that message into you, because that message was intrinsic. You came into the world with it. So it wasn't influenced by anyone. And your dreams and all your goals and whatever you want to do in life is being manifested by that message that is being pierced into your heart, surgically implanted by God Almighty, your Creator. So whatever is happening and will happen to you is because of that message which is inside you. And if you don't honor it and if you don't respect it, then you are causing trouble for yourself. But if you honor it and if you just surrender to it and suffer, if you want to call it suffer, in the sense put yourself in uncomfortable situations, but find a way to spread that message, every dream of yours can be accomplished. I believe that. That's why I'm recording this podcast. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of Spread Your Message. I'll meet you again I'll meet you again in the second episode, which will be part 2, Spread Your Message. I'll pass it over to my MC now. Welcome back, everybody, to the Good Vibes podcast. This was episode 1 of the 2-part episode series of Spread Your Message episode. We are stopping recording on 18th of April 2019, 11:42 p.m. I hope you enjoyed your time on this podcast. We shall meet you again on the next episode. Spread the message of your life with good vibes.